Detroit Lions roster update. Raequan Williams waived. Justin Herron signed. The Detroit Lions just made a roster move that reveals their biggest vulnerability, and it's not what you think. In a strategic shuffle that prioritizes protecting their quarterback over bolstering their defense, the Lions waived defensive lineman Raequan Williams and signed offensive tackle Justin Herron. But here's where it gets controversial. Is sacrificing defensive depth a smart gamble for a team already battling injuries? Let's unpack the drama. On Saturday, the Lions swapped out Williams, a Michigan State alum who impressed during rookie minicamp and even started in Thursday's preseason game, for Herron, a 28-year-old journeyman with a history of untapped potential and frustrating injuries. Herron, originally a sixth-round pick by the Patriots in 2020, has bounced between 3 teams in 4 seasons, starting 11 of his 35 career games. His Pro Football Focus grade of 65.1 during limited 2023 snaps suggests he's serviceable when healthy, but that's the catch. Herron missed all of last season on the Saints' injured reserve after suffering a concussion and knee injury. Here's the kicker. Detroit's offensive line is in crisis mode. Starting tackle Taylor Decker remains sidelined following shoulder surgery. He's on the physically unable to perform list, while backup Dan Skipper hobbled out of Thursday's game with a low ankle sprain, now spotted in a walking boot. With Decker's return reportedly imminent, Herron joins a patchwork group of tackles including Jamarco Jones, rookie Giovanni Manu, and 7th-rounder Mason Miller. But let's be real, is Herron truly an upgrade or just a temporary band-aid? Now, the plot twist everyone's ignoring, Williams' release. The 26-year-old defensive lineman outperformed expectations at camp, earning a roster spot through sheer hustle. Letting him go signals Detroit's confidence in their defensive front. But what if that confidence is misplaced? Meanwhile, Herron's signing feels like a high-risk, low-reward move for a player who hasn't completed a full season since 2021. So here's the million-dollar question. Are the Lions making a savvy short-term fix, or repeating past mistakes by banking on injury-prone backups? Sound off in the comments. Do you trust this reshuffled O-line to protect Jared Goff, or is this a disaster waiting to happen? Raequan Williams waived by Lions. What this means for his career and the team. Imagine you're tuning into your favorite fantasy football podcast, when suddenly, the host drops a bombshell. The Detroit Lions have waived defensive lineman Raequan Williams. But here's where it gets controversial. What does this mean for his future in the league, and for fantasy managers who had high hopes for him? On August 2nd, the Lions made the tough decision to cut Williams from their roster during training camp. This move was announced via the team's official... Why did the Lions make this decision? Was it because Williams didn't measure up to expectations in camp? Or perhaps there were other strategic considerations at play. And this is the part most people miss. How does this affect Williams' career trajectory? Will he bounce back with another team? Or will this setback prove too much to overcome? From a fantasy perspective, this transaction serves as a stark reminder of how quickly things can change in the NFL. Players who seemed like surefire options just weeks ago can suddenly find themselves without a job. It's a good lesson for all fantasy managers to keep their rosters flexible and always be ready to adapt. So, what do you think? Was the Lions' decision justified? Or do you believe Williams has more to offer than this move suggests? Share your thoughts in the comments below.